Fear. It's the invisible chain that holds back our dreams, our potential, and our destiny. Aristotle once said, "Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others." In other words, without courage, your wisdom, your skills, and even your kindness will never reach their full power. Today, on Aristotle, we're diving into 10 ways to overcome your fears, using the timeless wisdom of Aristotle, combined with insights from history, psychology, and modern science. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand your fears, you'll know how to master them. Let's begin. 1. Understand the nature of fear. Aristotle believed that emotions are not inherently good or bad. They are responses to our perception of reality. Fear is simply the anticipation of pain or loss. Polymathic insight. Neuroscience confirms that fear is processed in the amygdala, a primitive part of the brain designed to protect you from danger. But here's the key. Most of your fears are not about survival. They're about discomfort. Action. Write down your fears and ask, is this a threat to my life or just my comfort zone? The moment you label fear as unreal, it loses half its power. 2. Practice the golden mean of courage. In Aristotle's Ethics, every virtue lies between two extremes. Courage is the mean between cowardice, too much fear, and recklessness, too little fear. This means you don't eliminate fear, you balance it with reason. Example, a soldier who feels no fear at all will take foolish risks and die. A soldier who feels only fear will never fight. The hero feels fear, but acts wisely anyway. Action. Instead of trying to feel fearless, aim to feel fear and move forward deliberately. 3. Turn fear into curiosity. Polymaths from Da Vinci to Aristotle himself had one trait in common: an insatiable curiosity. Fear says, avoid this unknown. Curiosity says, explore this unknown. Psychological tip. The brain struggles to feel fear and curiosity at the same time. By reframing fear as a question, what can I learn from this? You replace panic with exploration. 4. Use the exposure ladder. Aristotle emphasized habituation, the idea that virtues are built through repeated actions. Modern cognitive behavioral therapy uses the same principle with exposure ladders. Action. Break your fear into steps from easiest to hardest. Example. If you fear public speaking, start by speaking in front of a mirror, then to one friend, then to a small group until the fear fades. This is courage by training, not by miracle. 5. Anchor yourself in reason. Fear often hijacks the mind with irrational what-if scenarios. Aristotle taught that the highest human faculty is logos, reason. When fear hits, step back and analyze. What is the actual probability of this fear coming true? What evidence do I have? Example, if you fear flying, look at the statistics. Your drive to the airport is far more dangerous than the flight itself. Reason cuts through fear's illusions. 6. Practice voluntary discomfort. This idea comes from Aristotle's virtue ethics and the Stoics' training. If you train yourself to endure small hardships voluntarily, you weaken fear's hold. Example, take cold showers, speak up in meetings, walk instead of drive, go a day without your phone. Each act teaches your mind, I can handle discomfort. Over time, big fears feel smaller. 7. Use the power of role models. Aristotle believed we learn virtues by imitating virtuous people. Polymathy expands this. You can learn from warriors, scientists, artists, and leaders. Action. Find role models who embody courage in your area of fear. Study how they think, speak, and act. When fear strikes, ask yourself, 8. Control what you can, release what you can't. Fear often comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. Aristotle's practical wisdom, phronesis, means focusing on actions within your power. Example, if you fear failing an exam, control your study habits, your sleep, your focus. The outcome is not yours to control. This shift frees you from paralyzing anxiety. 9. Visualize success, not disaster. While fear often makes us play a mental movie of failure, Aristotle knew the mind responds strongly to imagery. Polymathic thinkers like Nikola Tesla and elite athletes use visualization to pre-experience success. Action. Before facing a fear, close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself succeeding. The sounds, the sights, the feelings. The brain begins to associate the situation with confidence, not dread. 10. Live for a higher purpose. This is Aristotle's ultimate principle. Telos, living with purpose. When your actions serve a mission greater than your personal comfort, fear shrinks. Example, a firefighter doesn't run into a burning building because they're fearless. They do it because saving lives matters more than their fear. Find your why, and fear becomes a background noise instead of a roadblock. Fear is not your enemy, it's your teacher. As Aristotle taught, courage is not the absence of fear. It's choosing to act in spite of it, guided by reason, purpose, and wisdom. The more you train yourself to face discomfort, think clearly, and live for something greater than yourself, the less power fear has over your life. If this video inspired you, join me here on Aristotle, where we explore ancient wisdom for modern strength. Remember, the world belongs to those who dare. Now go and dare greatly,